Witnesses say that pro-government militias, volunteer fighters and Iraqi security forces carried out a campaign of destruction in the aftermath of operations to drive the extremist group ISIS away from the town of Amrli in Iraq.
والله أول مرة إحنا خفنا مو كانوا مسلحين هناك فالناس ما طلعت كانوا مسلحين ما طلعنا هم المسلحين كانوا على الخارج يعني العالم كانت تقول وين نروح بعدين الطيارات قامت تقصف لنا وقصف يعني كثير كل واحد غرفة سكننا بها بعدين جت الميليشيات من جت الميليشيات قامت تضرب من طلعنا يعني هم قاموا يرمون على العالم إحنا تعرفين كل مصطلح سيارته وطلع الجبل.
Last June, ISIS laid siege to the mostly Shia town of Amrli for nearly 3 months. Thousands of people were trapped until US-backed Iraqi forces drove ISIS fighters out with airstrikes and ground operations by an alliance of Shia militias and Iraqi and Kurdish government forces. Witnesses told us that on September 1st, the day after the siege was broken, Shia militias returned to the Sunni villages around Amrli and began looting, burning and destroying homes and businesses.
اللي شفتها النار مبينة هاي نار وكنا نسمع أصوات مال انفجارات احنا كنا نتوقع يعني فد عبوات تدق عليهم داعش مخليها لهم بس من رحت انا قلت لك قبل 10 ايام شفت تاكدت بانه لا كانوا يستخدمون التفجير البيوت اللي كبيره مبنيه قلت لك بيوت حديثه بالتفجير لان بين التفجير الحيطان ما باقي والسقف نازل مثل ما هو.
Amrli behind the electric poles.
Amrli is just behind these electric. How many kilometres?
In mid-October, we visited some of the villages on the outskirts of Amrli. Our escorts were Kurdish military forces known as Peshmerga.
باشي قصفكي أو زه هجومك تسبكي أو أنا هاتف قصف كراه أو أنا وقوي أو أنا دكان أو دام أو مالانا هموي نروح يدربوا كقصفك توا ودواي قصفكي روجك دواي قصفكي أو زرهات أو دكان تاخذ كردنو أو مالانا أجهاتي لما حلمي هالضاون يا حسين يا علي.
As we headed towards the village of Yangija, we saw the yellow flags of the pro-government militia Saraya al-Horasani. They still controlled the area at the time of our field investigation in mid-October. Once inside the village, we saw homes still burning. It was nearly 7 weeks after the siege of Amrli was broken. Other homes and buildings showed signs of arson. Black soot marked the windows and doors where flames had engulfed the interior and charred the outer walls. On many of the houses, militias spray-painted sectarian slogans and the names of their group. We analysed satellite imagery recorded over Yangija and found evidence of a systematic and sustained campaign of arson and demolition that lasted over 2 months after the end of the siege of Amrli. We also analysed a 500-kilometre square radius of Amrli, which confirmed destruction in 30 out of 35 villages. Most of the damage was caused by arson and intentional demolition inflicted after ISIS had fled the area.
هاي العوائل كلها هنا موجودة بالحقل 20 عائلة ذول الناس اللي من بيج من جو الميليشيا.
Iraq clearly faces serious threats in its conflict with ISIS, but the abuses committed by the forces fighting ISIS are threatening the country in the long term. Iraqis are caught between the horrors ISIS commits and the abuses by militias, and civilians are paying the price.